a missile traveling at nearly 5 times the speed of sound. It could be carrying a conventional or strategic warhead, flying hundreds of kilometers towards one of India's major cities or military bases. At that speed, every second matters. The question is, can India stop it before it reaches its target? The answer may lie in a project so ambitious that it could redefine India's air defense for decades to come. Welcome to Project Kusha, India's indigenous long-range air defense system, often described as the country's answer to the Russian S-400. Today, modern wars are no longer fought only with fighter aircraft. Nations face threats from cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, armed drones, loitering munitions, stealth aircraft, and even hypersonic weapons. The Russia-Ukraine conflict, as well as recent conflicts in the Middle East, have demonstrated that the country's survival increasingly depends on the strength of its integrated air defense network. India has been watching these developments very closely. India faces one of the world's most complex air defense environments. To the west lies Pakistan, equipped with ballistic missiles such as the Shaheen series, Babar cruise missiles, and an expanding fleet of armed drones. To the north, China possesses one of the world's largest missile arsenals, including the DF series of ballistic missiles, advanced cruise missiles, stealth aircraft, and increasingly sophisticated unmanned systems. Together, these two nuclear-armed neighbors create the possibility of simultaneous multi-directional aerial threats, protecting India's cities, military air bases, strategic infrastructure, naval facilities, and nuclear assets. Therefore, requires more than courage. It requires technology capable of detecting, tracking, and destroying multiple targets within seconds. India's air defense journey has evolved over decades. For many years, the backbone of India's ground-based air defense consisted of systems such as Pechora, OSA-AK, Quadraft, and later the indigenous Akash missile system. The Akash program marked a major milestone. Developed by the Defense Research and Development Organization, or DRDO, Akash demonstrated that India could design and produce an effective medium-range surface-to-air missile system at home. It has since been inducted into both the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force, with export orders following in recent years. But warfare has changed. Missiles are now faster, aircraft are stealthier, drones are cheaper and more maneuverous. Existing medium-range systems alone cannot protect an entire nation against these evolving threats. Recognizing this need, India signed a contract with Russia in 2018 for 5 regiments of the S-400 Triumph air defense system, valued at approximately $5.4 billion. The S-400 is among the world's most capable long-range air defense systems. Depending on the missile used, it can engage aircraft, cruise missiles, and certain ballistic missile threats at ranges extending up to 400 kilometers. Several S-400 units have already been deployed in India, significantly strengthening the country's air defense capability. However, every imported weapon systems comes with limitations, spare parts, future upgrades, cost, supply chain dependencies, and geopolitical uncertainties. For a nation aspiring to strategic autonomy, relying entirely on foreign suppliers is not a sustainable long-term solution. This is where Project Kusha enters the story. Instead of simply purchasing another foreign system, India chose a far more difficult path, developing its own indigenous long-range air defense shield. Led by the Defense Research and Development Organization, with the major contributions expected from Indian industry, Project Kusha aims to provide long-range protection against aircraft, cruise missiles, and certain ballistic missile threats, while integrating seamlessly into India's border air defense network. Beyond military capability, the project represents something even more significant: technological sovereignty. Every radar developed, every interceptor tested, and every command and control system produced domestically reduces dependence on foreign suppliers and strengthens India's strategic autonomy. So, what exactly is Project Kusha? Unlike a single missile, Project Kusha is envisioned as a complete long-range air defense ecosystem. Publicly available information suggests it will combine advanced surveillance radars, fire control radars, command and control centers, secure communication links, mobile launchers, and multiple interceptor missiles designed for different engagement ranges. Defense analysts expect the system to use a layered approach with the different interceptors optimized for varying distances and target types. Such an architecture improves flexibility and increases the probability of successfully engaging incoming threats. Although many technical specifications remain officially undisclosed because of security considerations, the broader objective is clear: to create a modern indigenous shield capable of working alongside existing systems such as Akash, MRSAM, S-400 and India's ballistic missile defense program, forming an integrated multi-layered network. In the next section, we will examine how this system is expected to work, compare it with some of the world's leading air defense systems, and explore whether Project Kusha could one day become one of India's most important strategic assets.